Hey, how's it going, guys? It's your boy Jeff Wedges and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, my name is Jeffrey. I'm an expat that's been living in South Korea for the last 2.5 years. In this video, I wanted to talk about the biggest differences culturally, socially, and just honestly everything in between America and Korea. So I'm gonna title this video 10 things that will send Americans in a coma living in South Korea. But before I start this video, I just wanted to let you guys know in no way and shape am I trying to make an I hate Korea video. I love this country so much, which is why I'm still here. I just want to share with you guys my experiences and things that I've noticed and seen in my last 2 years living here in South Korea. But yeah, let's get started. So number one, so on TikTok here in Korea, whenever you open the app, there's an automatic beauty filter. And I think this feature is only for Korea. So in my years of traveling, I have never seen this automatic filter in any other country but Korea. I've been to the Philippines, Japan, Singapore, Vietnam, back home in the States. It's only in Korea that I've seen this filter. So with this automatic filter, you can basically catfish so many people with how you really look because you can adjust how big you want your eyes, you can lighten your skin, remove acne, smooth your skin, put on digital makeup, make your face smaller, and honestly remove all your fat on your face. Number two, there's honestly a huge lack of personal space here. In America, we always talk about, oh, don't be in my bubble, stay 1 foot away, etc, etc. But here in Korea, those rules do not apply. And it's not because anyone's purposely trying to go into your space or be rude. To me, I think it's just because this country is very, very small and there's so many people living here, especially if you live in the big cities like Seoul, Busan, Daegu. Everyone's just clumped together, which is why, unless you're a foreigner, people don't really think of it as a problem here. Like, there's been so many times here in South Korea that I've been literally sardines with people, especially in public transportation like the subway. People just like to squeeze their way into every nook and cranny here. People got places to go here. It's Bali culture. If you travel here to Korea, especially if you go to the big cities like Seoul, Busan, or Daegu, 100%, if you use public transportation, you will have a moment where you'll be sardines with someone, touching shoulder to shoulder, or even having someone in your face. I've even had moments where I'm at the CU or any kind of convenience store, and someone's literally behind my back, breathing down my neck, waiting for me to finish at the cashier so they can put their stuff on the counter. It's perfectly normal here in South Korea. People just deal with it. Number three, there are no public trash cans almost anywhere in South Korea. Oh my god, if you do find one, it's probably like 2 miles away from you. I still try to wrap my head around this concept of how Korea has no trash cans anywhere. I mean, there are trash cans. Like if you go to the really touristy spots like Myeongdong and Hongdae, you'll see them here and there. But like anywhere else in Korea, it's gonna be so hard to find them. As a personal tip for me, if you are gonna get takeout or you're gonna have anything involving having trash later, I will 100% recommend finishing your food or whatever you need to throw away, throw it at the place that you bought it. Because if you don't, you're gonna end up having to walk miles and miles to find a trash can or wait till you actually get home to throw away your trash. And I don't know if I'm the only one that's noticed this, but if you ever traveled to Korea or lived in Korea, I've noticed that there's designated areas where a bunch of people will just put their trash in litter. And I'm not talking about those piles of like trash bags that we set out for like the garbage man to take out the next day. I'm talking about like a huge pile of like cups, takeout boxes, and just everything that involves trash in one corner. And usually you'll see them in places where young adults hang out, like Hongdae, Itaewon, and then just no one cares and just everyone just throws their trash. Obviously it's a problem, but honestly it would not be a problem if we just had more public trash cans. So government, if you're watching this, please give us more trash cans. Number four, plastic surgery is the norm here. So in America, if you talk about plastic surgery or if you get plastic surgery, it has a negative connotation to it. And a lot of people 9 times out of 10 will kind of look at you crazy if you get plastic surgery, just because a lot of people advocate for a natural beauty look, which is totally fine. But here in Korea, almost everyone gets plastic surgery and it's the norm here. It's super normal. Like for example, if you're ever walking down the streets of Seoul or any big city here in Korea, it's perfectly normal to see people with bandages on their nose because they got their nose done, maybe on their eyes or anywhere on their face or just body in general. And like going to a cafe or shopping, acting like nothing has happened. I'm a huge advocate for body positivity and just being your true self. But honestly, if it helps you become more confident, it's your life. Do whatever you need to do to make yourself feel confident. If you want to get plastic surgery, I will 100% recommend coming to Korea because it's totally normal here and no one will care. Number 5, a lot of men wear makeup here and no one says anything about it, as they shouldn't. So in America, if a guy wears makeup, usually he'll be called feminine and other words and etc. But here in Korea, because men love to take care of themselves, especially their skin, guys here wearing makeup is totally normal and no one says anything about it. I mean, guys should look flawless too, right? In Korea, there are so many men's makeup brands and makeup tools, so if you're a guy that likes to wear makeup, Korea got you. It is totally normal to see a guy in Olive Young on a Monday afternoon buying concealer, foundation, contour, blush, etc. and no one will say anything about it. Number 6, this is something I had to get used to, but no one will ever hold the door for you. Like in America, it's kind of common courtesy to just hold the door for someone whenever you see someone coming next to you, going the same direction as you, etc. whatever. But in Korea, no one does that. Like for example, if you're going to a mall and you're right behind someone, people will usually just go in to the door and not even think twice to hold the door for you. Sometimes, in some cases, you might even get the door slammed in your face, and that's perfectly normal here. But also, please do not think that people here in Korea are rude just because they don't hold the door for you. Generally, it's kind of a culture thing that everyone is just trying to go in and out of whatever they're doing as fast as possible, which is why they call it pali culture here, so fast culture. Like honestly, here in Korea, ain't nobody got time to hold the door for you, especially for someone that they don't know. So just keep that in mind when you're visiting Korea. Number 7, on public transportation, everyone's dead quiet. So in America, usually on buses or subways or any kind of public transportation, you'll hear people talking or on their phone. But here in Korea, there's kind of like this hidden rule or golden rule where if you're in any kind of public transportation or community space, you're not allowed to talk whatsoever. I honestly don't know the reason for this, but my own theory is that I think because Korea is such a community-focused country, you kind of want to think about others when you're in these public spaces and make sure you're not making anyone uncomfortable, which is why everyone just stays super quiet in these community spaces. I mean, occasionally you'll hear like teenagers, adushis, ajumas, or your occasional cult person screaming something on your subway, but most of the time it's generally quiet. I've noticed even with myself, whenever I hear someone speak loudly on the subway or on the bus, I will judge them so much and just glare at them until they be quiet. And a lot of people in Korea will do that to you, so just stay quiet please. Number 8, you can walk out in the middle of the night and nothing bad will ever happen to you. So I go out a lot here in South Korea, especially at nighttime, and never in my 2 years of going out I have ever felt danger walking by myself. In America, it's typically kind of dangerous if you walk by yourself at night because you never know what's gonna happen. But here in Korea, you can literally go to the CU or GS25, E-Mart24, whatever convenience store at 2 a.m. and you'll generally be fine. Never in my wildest dream I would think I would be able to go to any kind of convenience store at the middle of the night, especially in America, and feel safe, where I don't have to look behind me to see if anyone's like stalking me or about to like jump me or something. So being here in Korea and getting to be able to do that was such a culture shock. I remember the first like month or two, every time I would go to the CU at midnight or 2 a.m. or some kind of late night, I would always like look behind me just in case anything would happen to me. It was literally hilarious. I could not. Looking back, oh my gosh, I was such a mess. Like America has literally traumatized me. Number 9, fruit is so expensive here. Oh my gosh, like literally fruit will cost you an arm and a leg here, literally. Like usually when you go to a grocery store in America, if you buy like for example like strawberries or watermelon, for a pound of strawberries it'll probably like $4, $5, maybe $6 at most, and like for a big watermelon in America it will probably cost you like $5 or $6. But here in Korea, oh my gosh, like literally strawberries for a pound would cost you like $20, almost $30. Like literally I bought strawberries for $25 and it was only like 10 pieces, and those were the only ones in my city that I could find. Like a small watermelon would cost like $20 automatically. Like I'm so surprised that I haven't got scurvy yet with the lack of fruit that I've eaten here in Korea. Fruit is such a luxury here. Like you're bougie if you can buy fruit every week. Number 10, and my final thing on my list, is you can leave your stuff unattended anywhere here in Korea and you'll know no one's gonna steal it. If you go to any cafe or restaurant here in South Korea, you'll see a ton of people leaving like wallets, laptop, bag, purses, whatever on their table unattended, and they're totally fine with it. Like no one worries about stealing here because there's so many CCTVs everywhere. In America, you will never catch me leaving my bag, my phone, my wallet, anything on any table unattended, because I know if I do that, my wallet, my phone, whatever is gonna be gone in less than 2 seconds. I know in America, if I ever lose my things because I left it unattended, I I know I will never see it again. Versus in Korea, if that happens, if someone does steal your stuff, like people will track that person in every corner in Korea because there's so much CCTV, and 9 times out of 10, that person will get sued. I've actually had a situation where I was tying my shoe and I left my phone on a pole and I totally forgot about my phone, and 15 minutes later when I was walking, I realized I forgot my phone on the pole. When I went back to the pole to get my phone, it was still there, and this area that I was in was super crowded, so there were so many people walking back and forth and no one touched my phone. So that tells you so much about South Korea and tells you that no one here will jack you. Alright guys, so those are my 10 things that would send Americans in a coma living in South Korea or just being in South Korea in general. But yeah, I hope you guys loved my video. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and support my channel. See you guys in the next video. Bye!